present level of immigration remains substantially the same. Secondly, the ethnic mix of this country will not be upset. Contrary to the charges in some quarters, the bill will not inundate America with immigrants from any one country or area, or from the most populated and deprived nations of Africa and Asia. In the final analysis, the ethnic pattern of immigration under the proposed measure is not expected to change as sharply as the critics seem to think. It will not cause American workers to lose their jobs. Our cities will not be flooded with 1 million immigrants annually. The ethnic mix of this country will not be upset. It will not cause American workers to lose their jobs. The bill will not inundate America with immigrants.
I'm Fernando Espuelas. Welcome to Matter of Fact. And as demographic shifts will continue to impact elections in years to come, just how rapidly are these groups changing the political landscape? I asked Michelle Jawando with the Center for American Progress.
There are massive demographic changes that are happening right now. So for example, for the first time, we're seeing that the share of the minority population, so communities of color, non-Hispanic, Hispanics, Asians, African Americans, they have made up 91% of the population growth from 2000 to 2014. What that then tells us is by 2043, we know the United States will be majority people of color.
Contreras for that warm introduction. Buenas tardes. Gracias por darme la oportunidad de estar en este evento. Y gracias por demanda justicia para todos los inmigrantes. I look across this historic gathering and I see the future of America.
Veo en este encuentro histórico el futuro de América.
As President Kennedy proclaimed a half a century ago, we are a nation of immigrants.
Como dijo el presidente Kennedy hace medio siglo, somos una nación de inmigrantes.
And today, we stand together as brothers and sisters to shape America's destiny.
Y hoy estamos aquí juntos como hermanos y hermanas para dar forma a nuestro destino.
Old Americans, new Americans, and future Americans.
Los americanos de antes, los americanos de ahora y los del futuro.
All joined together for the common good.
Todos juntos para el bien común.
Let me ask you some questions.
Déjeme hacerle algunas preguntas.
Are you ready? Do you have a good job?
¿Tienen trabajos?
Do you love your family?
¿Aman a su familia?
Do you love your community?
¿Aman a su comunidad?
Do you love America?
¿Y aman América?
You are what this debate is about.
Ustedes representan este debate.
It's about good people who come to America to work.
Se trata de buenas personas que vienen a América a trabajar,
To raise their families,
a criar sus familias,
to contribute to their communities,
a contribuir a las comunidades
and to reach the American dream.
y para alcanzar el sueño americano.
This debate goes to the heart of who we are as Americans.
Este debate está en el corazón de quiénes somos como americanos.
It will determine who can earn the privilege of citizenship.
Decidirá quién va a tener el privilegio de la ciudadanía.
It will determine our strength in separating those who would harm us from those who contribute to our values.
Y determinará cómo vamos a poder separar, dividir entre los que quieren hacer daño a este país y los que quieren contribuir a nuestros valores.
It will determine our future progress as a nation and our future economic growth.
Determinará nuestro futuro avance como nación y nuestro crecimiento económico.
Some in Congress want to turn America away from its true spirit.
Algunos de los del Congreso quieren desviar a América de su verdadero espíritu.
They believe immigrants are criminals and they're wrong.
Ellos creen que los inmigrantes son criminales y están equivocados.
They believe any of us who help immigrants, even our priests, are criminals too. They're wrong again.
Creen también que los que ayudan a los inmigrantes son criminales, hasta nuestros sacerdotes, y están equivocados.
They say you should report to deport. I say report and become American citizens.
Ellos quieren que se reportan ustedes para la deportación, pero no, yo digo que se reporten para ser americanos.
More than 4 decades ago, near this place, Martin Luther King called on the nation to let freedom ring.
Hace más de 4 décadas, Martin Luther King hizo un llamado al país para tener libertad.
It's time for Americans to lift their voices now in pride for our immigrant past and in pride for our immigrant future.
Tenemos que levantar nuestras voces con orgullo por nuestro pasado de inmigrantes y nuestro futuro de inmigrantes.
We stand for the future.
Representamos el futuro
We stand for our faith.
y estamos aquí por nuestra fe.
And I stand with you and you and you and you.
Y yo estoy con ustedes.
Are you with me? Are you with me? John McCain and I have a plan. It's a strong plan. It's a fair plan. It's a plan for America's future.
John McCain, el senador John McCain y yo tenemos un plan. Es un plan fuerte, es un plan justo y es un plan para el futuro de América.
Will you support us? Will you support us? Will you support us? Hasta la victoria! Sí se puede!
reform, we failed. And we failed. I won't go into why we failed and all the people who are responsible. I'll take responsibility. I didn't do a good enough job in selling my colleagues on the absolute need for immigration reform. The fact are that 11 million people live in the shadows, and they live here in de facto amnesty, and by God, they are being exploited every single day.
If the president follows through on his threat for executive amnesty, what do you have in terms of tools at your disposal to stop him from doing that?
Well, first of all, it's unconstitutional. So we're already going through the court system on other unconstitutional executive orders that he has worked on, and we would add this to the file. Second of all, if we can get the power of the purse, we will explore every option we can to exercise that power of the purse to get this executive to honor the Constitution.
I'm listening to you, and obviously you put a lot of thought into this. I talk to a lot of conservatives. They write me. They're writing me right now on Twitter, and I can predict for you what the answer is going to be. If you don't trust the government, and I don't trust the government, and we can send a man to the moon, why don't we just secure the border and expedite it immediately? Make it a national security priority, and then deal with these other issues. Why is that not an option for you?
Because in order to secure the border, you have to have a workable legal immigration system that people who are trying to come to this country to work have a way of coming here legally. You can't just seal it off. You need to make sure that people can come here legally. And we also have to remember, we've got 11 million people in this country who are undocumented, who either overstayed their visa or crossed the border illegally. What are we going to do? We're not going to be able to find them and deport them. We have to find a way of dealing with this population.
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. 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 Build that wall.
And we want to do it in a way that respects the rule of law and puts them at the back of the line so that everybody who did things right,
can't you do that after the border's secure, though?
We think it goes with the border. We think it's the best way to secure the border is to have this workable legal immigration system alongside it. By the way, we don't trust the executive branch. We want Congress to verify this.
You're fired.